First of all, I'll let you know what is STO stands for. STO is stock transfer order. Okay. And secondly, most of the cases we called it as CCST. That is cross company same stock transfer order. Okay. So here in this case, we do have a transfer posting in a Migo, if you remember, right? So when you do the transfer posting, right, what happens when you do the transfer posting through the Migo? We do have an option like that. Transfer posting. Either you do or based on purchase order, material document, reservation, or other. So other is what you can do from one plant to another plant, depending upon the movement type. One storage location to the another storage location. So once you do that, suppose the two plants are nearby, then that is fine. But if the two plants are not nearby, based on this material document, Migo मधून जे document create होतं, right? Sorry. Migo मधून जे material document create होतं, so though that particular document through which we cannot trace the document, right? म्हणजे काय? The document you created, only it will generate a kind of sleep document. ते material कुठं आहे, काय आहे, then they have done it, means the supplying plant has transferred the material, the receiving plant has confirmed whether they are getting the material. That kind of traceability is not possible with the help of this MIGO document. So in order to have the traceability, proper stock overview and everything, we do have these two options that is called as stock transfer order. And second is cross company stock transfer order. What is the difference between these two? If the two plants of a same company code, right? And we do the transfer posting, that is called as stock transfer. And two plants of different company codes, right? Different company codes from which the plant of one company transfer the material plant to the another company, right? That is called as CCSTO. You got my point? कळलं तुम्हाला? What is the difference? एकच company आहे here, Reliance, right? The one plant is suppose is Mumbai. Say Reliance, I'll give you simply Geo. Simple example देतोय मी तुम्हाला. And second is the Reliance Mart, right? So what happened? If you transfer from Reliance Jio to Reliance Smart, what type of document type you require? You require STO, right? And if you want to transfer, suppose DMart has one plant in where we, let's say it's in Pune, right? Pune 1. And if you want to transfer the material, Reliance Mart to the Pune one of DMart, that time all these are the plants. In this case, these plants will act as a vendor. Clear? So in here, you are going to have the document type is called as CCST. Is it clear? पहिल्यांदा सांगा कळलं तुम्हाला?
Oh,
So
correct.
right now we have this here. Here the SP1 is the one plant under which company code SOCC, Sony TVs Inc, right? And for which we require the item category as U as a stock transfer. And the receiving plant is also the part of Sony's. So this is called as STO, normal STO, right? If you check, apart from that is, you can do one thing, go to the SPRO, you may create the document type where, go to the material management, purchasing, purchase order, right? Define document types, right? Here, UB. UB is the document type. Generally, we have it for STO, and UB2 is called as return. Means same process. If you want to make it return, that is called as what? We called it as a this what? Return one. For the same STO, if you want to make a return PO, so that document type, that time you need to mention as UB2. Okay. So you may copy it, right? And give a name. Right now, for one plant, see here STO type, TUB, STO, everything is there. So I'm using this parameter. This. I'm using this because it has associated with the company code and everything, right? I'll do that. So if you go here, your this particular one, SP1, right? XP1 is your one plant which is going to act as a vendor. Here one plant will act as a vendor, right? So that changes you need to make. Based on that, the rest process is same, right? But here in this case, there are so many parts that we need to consider. A supplying plant, a shipping tab has to be activated from where you are going to ship the material, right? And with the sales perspective, because the supplying plant is nothing but a sales cycle. See, the plant which receives the material, that is nothing but it is going to purchasing the material, right? And जो vendor जो supply करतो, for them it is a cycle of ST. बरोबर आहे? कळतंय मी काय म्हणतोय? सुमित कळतंय का?
हो.
In one PO, there are always two cycles, right? We always see with respect to the MM perspective. The plant who receives the material, that is nothing but the procuring the material, right? So that is MM cycle. And the vendor who supplies the material, for them, it is an SD cycle. And for them, they need to maintain the shipping point. की कुठून material transfer व्हायला पाहिजे, काय व्हायला पाहिजे. So everything will be considered based on this. So it has some settings. You may check it based on the documents, or simply try to understand what is STO and CCSTO. So accordingly, you make it. So we do have like this. We may see it. So that this number gets created. Similarly, if you want to make a thing, right, for any another cross company code, so you need to select a plant which is not a part of SOCC company. आता हे दोन्ही प्लांट जे आहेत ते HS प्लांट आहेत याच कंपनी कोडचे. So that's why it is nothing but which cycle? It is an STO cycle. This cycle is which one? STO. Is it clear? So the question arises, have you aware about the stock transfer order and cross company stock transfer order? So these are the differences. And here in the stock transfer order, right, if you compare, the billing document is not going to be generated because the entity is one. Under one company code, you are transferring the material from one plant to another plant. so that here the billing document is not going to be generated. Otherwise, the rest of the part you will see, right? But in the CCSTO, cross company one, you can see the billing document. The billing has to pay from one company code to the another company code. So that is the difference between the CCST. Right? Is it clear? Hey, Shanka, hai ka? It's an O. Yeah, okay, fine. So second point for today, we are going to discuss is nothing but the reservation. Suppose now we are going to discuss is reservations. Reservation is something you are reserving the material for suppose against any production order for any purpose, and you say you think that this material, okay, this material maybe tomorrow today you find it out there are only 10 quantities available for one material X, and you want to make sure it should be reserved at least 5 quantities because you're not sure there would be another case and somebody will come and pick the material, right? समजा दुसरी कुठली रिक्वायरमेंट आली and they are going to use the 10 quantities out of 10. So in that case, you will be lagging. Still, the another lot of material will arrive in your premises. So what we can do here, MB21 is the T code. Which T code? MB21, right? Apart from that, if you want to go with respect to the track perspective, path perspective, sorry, from here you will find, but most probably I'll use MB21. So you'll come here and you want to see against which material you want to. So I'll just consume the material against the cost center from the warehouse. I'll do that. For which plant? Let's say WP1 is my plant. Enter. What is your cost? Because you're issuing the goods against what? Against the cost center. Right? So I'll select the cost center. Material I'll select here. The quantities I want to reserve is 10. The unit of measure is EA. Clear? Unit of measure is EA. So the document posted is this one. Now you go and see that MMB, the material I'll take it as right. You can see that out of 40, the 10 quantities are reserved. Can you see over here? Right. So these are the 10 quantities are reserved. So here, what I'll do is, so still you are going to issue it if the stock goes to 30, suppose, or 10, 0, right? In that case, this will remain reserved as it is. Still, you are going to use against that document number which has right now generated. So we are going to issue it. So go to the MIGO. Likewise, we do transfer posting, right? Goods issue. Now we are using against the reservation. What is the reservation document? This is the document. Okay. So 10 quantities, right? Check it. It is asking storage location. Check. Okay. And post. So you're posted. Now come to the stock. Here, I'll just refresh it from here. See, you have consumed 10 quantities against the reservations. So that is called as reservation. So you may use it even if you want to check. What you can do is MB51, execute, and you can see that this is the reservations under which, see, you have done it. 101 is the normal goods receipt material aate hai. That is called as what? That what we call positive here always. You can see here. The receipt is always called as positive and त्याची movement type ही नेहमी 101 असते. Okay. The movement type you can see here 101. The normal based on purchase order जे करतो आपण, that goods receipt is always a positive. When you do the goods issue, right here, you have done the vendor consignment for guess, I guess for this or something. Yeah, consignment vendor. So that time it is negative. And here, if we come right now for 10 quantities, if you see, right, 201 is negative. Negative stands for what? You can see you have issued the material. So whenever you are going to reserve anywhere any material, so similarly, just now you have reserved based on say 201, right? If I want to reserve against any specific sales order, what is sales order? First of all, sales order काय माहिती आहे ना तुम्हाला everyone? हा काय असते राधिका? Just simple tell me.
म्हणजे आपण आपलं जे मटेरियल ऑलरेडी क्रिएट झालेलं आहे
Right.
ते दुसरीकडे आपल्याला द्यायचे तर मग
Sell out
त्याच्यासाठी
करायचं. Right. That is
हा
the sale SAP SD cycle. So again, suppose you have tomorrow delivery for against one sales order and you are lagging with the stock. So you just come, right? You just select it based on what? All the respective, if you want to reserved for the quality stock, you may reserve it, right? Then again, if you want reservation for transfer posting, you may reserve it, right? If you want to make consumptions for sales order from warehouse, you can do it, right? GL account, you can mention here sales order. This data. Okay, this is the sales order we do have. So you mention here sales order, right? You just mention it. And once you mention the sales order, आपल्याकडे sales order नाही आहे आता. So refer your sales order line item number and all. And if you save it, then same in the MMB, you will see that, for example, here, for this material, you will see the reservations against what an E should be written over there. E always stands for sales order. Right? E always stands for sales order. So this is the second point. And the last one, I just want to show you that the one material, the one cycle is called as pipeline. The pipeline is something, pipeline म्हटलं की आपल्याला काहीतरी वेगळं वाटतं, but pipeline is what? It is same as that of consignment process orders. So in the pipeline, electricity, water, everything is there, right? बरोबर? So for that, consignment stock काय करतो आपण? Consignment stock is available in our premises. Am I right? We consume it आणि आपण त्याची सेटलमेंट करतो MRKO मध्ये. आठवलं का? सुमित, आठवलं का? What is consignment process? कन्साइनमेंट परचेस ऑर्डर, जो वेंडरचा स्टॉक आपल्या प्रेमायसेस मध्ये आहे, अगेन्स्ट द परचेस ऑर्डर आपण काय करतो, 411 के स्टँड्स फॉर कन्साइनमेंट, राईट. फॉर दॅट यू कन्झ्युम इट अँड MRKO मध्ये आपण त्याची सेटलमेंट करतो. सिमिलरली वी डू फॉर पाईपलाईन मटेरियल. पाईपलाईन मटेरियल इज समथिंग जी इलेक्ट्रिसिटी तुमच्या इथे येते, water is coming, a gas is coming somewhere, or even in our places, right? We pay. How we pay? महिन्याला जेवढा आपण यूज केलेला आहे, बेस्ड ऑन दॅट वी पे, राईट. बरोबर आहे? येस ऑर नो?
Yes.
Yes.
So for that, you first require a pipeline material. I'll simply tell you. So now, so this is the pipeline material. First of all, I'll create it. I'll select a view, basic data one, purchasing, accounting one. Okay, WP1, and say pipeline material, for example, GG. I'll just mention. So base unit of measure,
Material type ऑलरेडी होता की क्रिएट केला?
material type
Pipe.
pipeline is already available.
Okay.
And you just select likewise, जसं रॉ मटेरियल आपण कॉपी पेस्ट करून घेतो ना,
हा.
तसं तुम्ही करू शकता for your nomenclature. So I'll just pipeline material, suppose gas. I'll just write it as. So gas base unit of measure, I'll give it as a kg. Material group परत I'll give as a parts 1. Enter. WP1, right? Save. Right? For every pipeline material, right? Make sure that you always require what you require. You always require purchasing info record, right? Vendor, I'll take it as, say, second, Mukta Chemical something. Okay. Purchase or WPPO. And here in the info category, you have to select pipeline. Right? You have to select pipeline. Enter. Enter. So you have created what? The purchasing info record. Now, now go to the MRKO, right? No documents is selected, right? Here, no document we do have, right? So for that, what we can do is, we'll just go to the Migo, first of all, right? Just give me one moment. Okay. Okay. So I think we have created info record, right? 1 3. Okay. So this is the info record. Line, kg, right? You need to select here. For there is one requirement, the automatic receipt settlement. Generally, we create in the purchase info record, right? So based on that, whenever you create it, you just try to mention that yes. Uh, in this info record, remove GR based invoice verification, and you should click, right? No evaluation of receipt settlement. And in this case, the most of the time the tax code is mandatory in order to find it out. But right now the tax code, Radhika tax code configure केलेले available आहेत का नाही माहित नाहीत ना आता इथे.
सुरुवातीला केले होते मी, पण नंतर त्यांनी डिलीट केले की काय ते.
ठीक आहे. For this one, you should be clear that we just remove, untick the GR based IV, right? And we tick this one, no ERS, evaluation receipt settlement, save it, right? Now go to the MIGO, right? Goods issue based on other. So it will ask 201 and 201, what is your material? 201 is pipeline. Enter. Quantity is say 10 kg. Okay. For against which cost center you want to consume? Or you do one thing, sorry. Instead of this, we may issue the material from here, MB1A. I already told you if you remember, right? There are three screens, goods issue, right? Transfer posting and the goods receipt. So we are issuing the material, right? So that is also the one way. Just now Migo जो मी आता तुम्हाला सांगितलं, but it is asking me some settings. I'll just go with this one, MB1A, right? So the movement type is 201 P, right? Enter. Material is 202. Quantity 10. Unit of measure is kg. 02, 3000. What I'll do is I'll just take this material. We do have one more info record likewise. ME11, ME, well, we do have one more material, or else MM02. Okay. So I'll go to MB1A, sorry, MB1A, that is the transaction for goods issue. Material type is P. This is your cost center, right? So you can see that you have done it. Document is posted, right? You have issued it like consignment, you have issued it. Now, what you need to do? You need to make a settlement. First of all, just display the process. Yes, the material document is available, right? Info is not settled. Now go back, settle it. Your stock is pipeline, execute is, right? It has completed the settlement. It has. Right? So this is what we have for the pipeline. Generally, pipeline consignment, we do not have. We do settlement through MRKO and we complete this. Here, the one step we require is MRM1. In pipeline settlement, we generally have this settlement, right? Based on the vendor, what vendor you have selected. And the output type we do have condition record as saved for the vendor. So whenever you make a settlement, MRKO, there you'll find, right, this document, settle it. You have done it, right? In this way, you settle. Clear?